It's the middle game of the final series of the 2013 season, and for the last time this year, we're joined by the manager of the RoughRiders, Steve Buechele. Steve, last weekend of the season, does it sneak up on you at all, or does it feel like it's about time for this season to come to an end?
A little bit of both. I think there are times when you couldn't wait for it to get here. I know that was the feeling by a lot of guys, but once it gets here, it's kind of bittersweet, that the season's over. We weren't able to make the playoffs this year, but it's been a long year. Every year gets long. You battle through the heat of the summer, and this one's coming to an end. It'll be done tomorrow.
It's been a tough season, but is it nice to end with this flurry of wins here over your last 15 games, 10-5 here to get to 500?
Yeah, and the wins make it nicer, but I think the team's just played a little bit better, and the atmosphere around here has been pretty good after the changes we made in August. So the last 4 weeks of the season with the new faces kind of brought on some new challenges, new opportunities to teach, and the guys have played pretty good.
Yeah, the last time this team was 500, we were just leaving Midland, obviously with a much different cast of characters on this team. The team has been outscored by 17 runs this season, yet has as many wins as it has losses. Does that surprise you at all, or is that really a testament to what the team did this month and obviously much earlier in the season?
I think it's a testament to how good our pitching's been this year, number one. Starters and bullpen, they've done a great job. We've been giving youth this year, some real young guys, and with the youth offensively, you deal with the growing pains that you get, and I think we've had that for most of the season. We were a team that didn't strike out very much, but we were a team that didn't walk, and our pitching kept us in most of the games. So to get to 500, it's a goal a lot of people look at. It doesn't really mean much to me, but the fact that we're hovering around there at this point in the season is pretty good.
This was a new experience for you as a manager. You had made the playoffs, and every year as a skipper going back to your first year in Bakersfield. Did it take a little bit of learning from you, patience-wise, to accept that not every team that you have, not every player is going to be a star performer?
Well, yeah. I mean, ultimately, we are player development, and our job is to make players better, to help them improve. And I think talent comes in waves. Last year we were obviously gifted and spoiled with the talent that we had here. Other teams, the same way. I think the new wave right now is the younger guys coming up, and hopefully, the AA and AAA levels will kind of reap the benefits of those young guys in years to come. But you can't make it every year. I mean, you wish you could and you want to, but this year just wasn't meant to be.
Here with RoughRiders manager Steve Buechele. Last week, Brett Nicholas and Neil Ramirez were named to the postseason All-Star team. Even though there's no game for it, in a lot of ways, it is a more prestigious honor than being named a mid-season All-Star because there are fewer All-Stars to really have on that squad. What did those two players, Neil obviously has moved on to the Cubs organization, but what did those two players mean to this team, and how did they help out their own personal careers here with the seasons they had?
Starting with Neil, I mean, he was kind of the rock of our starters. As the year went on, he was very good. I don't think he ever went less than 5 innings. He kept us in games. He improved from last year, and hopefully things work out for him with the Cubs now. Brett's been obviously the backbone of this team offensively. He's been in the 3-4 hole all year long. He's been productive. I'm positive he was in consideration the top 3 or 4 for Player of the Year in our league. Without him, as poor as our offense has been at times, I'd hate to think what it would have been like without Brett. He was definitely the backbone of this team. He had a little bit of personality, and thank God for Brett Nicholas.
He's 25 years old. He's going to the Arizona Fall League. What kind of career niche can he carve out, given his skill set, his ability to play catcher, and also his age, where he stands on the development curve?
I know Brett still considers himself a catcher that's playing first base, and after watching him catch, I may think along the same lines. He's going to catch today. I like him as a catcher. I think he's very good. I think he's a thinker back there. He works well with the pitchers. What kind of niche can he carve out? I mean, he's a left-handed guy that can hit, and if he can show that he can catch, that's pretty valuable for anybody. He can play first. He could probably play third in a pinch. He takes fly balls in the outfield. When you think of it in those terms, it kind of transforms into a perfect National League player where he can make a great living for a long time doing a lot of different things. So we'll see. Hopefully the fall league will work out good for him. He'll get to catch a little bit more.
Looking ahead, what does the offseason hold in store for you? I think obviously your Friday nights are spoken for.
Yeah, so are Tuesdays with volleyball, Tuesdays and Friday. I think just a couple days to go home and relax and kind of review and think back on what went on here this year. And I'll be doing things for the Ranger organization during the winter time. And like you said, I've got 2 high schoolers. I have a daughter playing volleyball and my son playing football. So 2 of the nights out of the week will definitely be taken up.
So often things for players and coaches are year to year when it comes to life in the minors. Do you know what next season holds for you? Do you know what you would like for to happen?
Well, I think everybody, all the coaches that are in the minor leagues, hope for a chance to make it to a big league organization. It'll be a while before we find out what happens, I'm sure, until the Rangers season's over. But whatever happens, we'll be ready to go next year.
Well, Boo, thanks so much for all the time that you've spent all season long on the air and off the air talking baseball with you. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have a nice, restful off season, and hope to see you, whatever capacity next year, still doing what you love.
All right, thanks, Alex.
That's RoughRiders manager Steve Buechele. We're back right after this on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.